Hello, this is our Great Basin Fire Season Outlook, December 2022 through March 2023. We are in the dormant season, but we always keep an eye on things as they develop because a lot of things develop during the winter and spring lead the trend to what is upcoming for the fire season coming up. And looking at the last 30 days, overall temperatures a little cooler than normal here on the left-hand side. You can see actually quite a bit cooler than normal in the blue. So it's been a cool November. On the right-hand side, precipitation above normal for a lot of central and eastern areas, going up into eastern Idaho. So fairly wet. This is the precipitation that we have had since October 1st going through the end of November, and we typically track precipitation from the end of October through the winter into early spring. Tells us a lot about the upcoming fine fuel crop. Looking at snowpack, another major indicator so far early in the season, very healthy snowpack, probably the healthiest, or should say deepest and most widespread deep above average snowpack in the last 20 to 25 years across Utah, Nevada, Idaho, everyone about 150 to 250% of normal snowpack overall. Our 10-hour fuel still quite dry in the south where it's been warm and dry. Vegas areas into southwest Utah, that's not abnormal. We see that better on the 100-hour fuels as they are in the upper single digits in this dark gold area, but quite moist further north. 1,000-hour fuels, the heavies are quite moist in central and northern areas, but still unseasonably dry down in the Spring Mountains area. So some higher terrain in southern Nevada. Very dry. Looking at projected pounds per acre of annual herbaceous component below normal in terms of pounds per acre, fairly light across most areas in the red. It's only in parts of the central and western or northwestern portion of the Snake River Plain where the amounts are the greatest. Soil moisture content near normal to somewhat drier than normal across most areas. And our drought monitor here on the left looks a little ominous, but it's better than it was in years past, especially down in the Colorado Basin where things were at exceptional drought levels. They've modified to more of a moderate to locally severe drought, but still, we do have some exceptional drought spots in central Utah, extreme drought still in some central portions of Nevada and Utah. We'll see how this resolves itself in the coming months. On the right-hand side, we do see that, especially in northern areas, drought removal is likely in a lot of these green areas. We should see some improvement, but a continuation of the drought expected in southern areas. And one of the biggest reasons for that climatically is the La Nina pattern that we are currently in. That's cooler than normal ocean temperatures off the equatorial Pacific, off the South American coast. It plays a major role in the Pacific storm track. You can see the trackings of La Nina. The light blue here is weak El Nino. The moderate blue is moderate, and we are kind of right in that moderate cusp, and we're expected to remain in a La Nina pattern um, through early next year, and then gradually emerge out of La Nina by the end of winter into a neutral state. But for the next 1 to 3 months, we should be in a La Nina pattern that determines a lot of our winter type precipitation. In the La Nina, typically the storm track comes out of the Gulf of Alaska into the Pacific Northwest, misses the southern half of California, much of southern Nevada, southern Utah, much of Arizona, New Mexico, but hits pretty hard across Idaho, Wyoming, into northeastern Nevada and northern Utah. And that's the pattern we've been seeing actually for the past several weeks. The 8 to 14, the outlook shows on the left that cooler than normal temperature prognosis and that wetter than normal condition as well. Um, Going into January, February, March overall, that La Nina pattern of cooler temperatures and more precipitation in the north continues about normal in central areas of the Great Basin, and in our southern parts, drier and warmer than normal. So keep an eye on that. Maybe not too much away fine fuel growth, but very dry in some of the heavier fuels of the higher mountains down south. So we put all the pieces together, and basically, as you would expect, December through March, our quietest time of year, no large fire potential, normal or dormant conditions continue to be expected. That's all we have for now. We'll continue these on the first of every month, and you can keep track of it as we go through the winter and into the spring months. Have a great day.